All right, we are live now. So you guys, today, I know we've been hyping this up, so you're really excited already, but we have Joe on the line from corporate, and Joe is someone that I have been working with since, gosh, really since last year is when I first started working with him. And before I met with Joe, I had no idea what the elite program even was. I remember talking to him, and I was like, wait, what's this elite thing? Should I know about this? And so it's been a fun ride. He has so much awesome information, awesome perspective. And so I've kind of given him a heads up that today he's talking with the go-getters of our team, people who have big goals. So, Joe, I'll just go ahead and let you take it away.
All right, sounds good. You know, honestly, I've been, like Amber was saying, working with her for a while now, and Kelsey as well. It's been really, really fun being able to get to know those two, and they're just amazing people. And I do believe that like attracts like, you know what I mean? And you're on their teams for a reason, and they do. You guys are the go-getters. And honestly, it's an honor for me to be on this call with you. I remember being on calls with both Kelsey and Amber last year. Like Amber was saying, she was just figuring things out herself. And what she did was amazing. Beachbody's tagline, anybody know what Beachbody's tagline is? Take a shot at it. It's decide, commit, succeed. Okay? So last year this time, Amber decided to jump on a call, and she committed to changing her daily actions, and she did amazing things throughout the year. She did succeed. And first and foremost, what I want you guys to understand is that as you guys make the decision today to push for Premier, to push for Elite, to hit your goals, and you align your actions on a daily basis to do that, you stay committed. Life's going to knock you down. As life knocks you down, you got to get back up and stay committed every single day. When you do that, honestly, what's going to happen is you're destined to become Elite. You're destined to become Premier. You're destined to hit your goals. You're aligning yourself perfectly to get those results. So honestly, that's what I want you guys to really start with first. Okay, I want to see hands. Who's making the decision right now to be Premier or Elite? Let's see hands. The decision right now. Okay, the decision to do it is a huge portion. Okay, now I want to see hands. Who's willing to commit and show up every single day, even when life punches you in the face? Okay, perfect. Because honestly, what Mike Tyson says, everybody has a game plan until you get punched in the face. And then you're like, whoa, what the heck was that all about? And then, you know, things change. So we need to have mental toughness to stay dedicated to what we're doing. You know, the beautiful thing about Beachbody, honestly, is we give people amazing physical results. If you join a challenge group and you've got peer support, fitness, and nutrition, you will get amazing results. It's just the way it is, okay? The peer support, though, what you guys do as coaches makes all the difference. You could have the best meal prep plans in the world, the best fitness and nutritional products in the world, and if you don't have the ability to keep going even when life is tough, you'll fall off the wagon and it won't matter. Peer support's huge. Obviously, you guys have peer support here. You're making the decisions to take proper actions towards pursuing your goals today. As you guys continue to support each other, Elite and Premier will be a reality for you guys. It just will. Okay? So we're going to jump into what it really is, you know, basically painting a picture of what it takes to become Elite and Premier. We're going to talk about some things that you need to be aware of as far as, you know, pitfalls that a lot of coaches fall into and how to avoid them. We're going to talk about how to potentially earn more money while you're pushing for Elite and Premier. Because really there's I call them the 3 R's. There's rank advancement, there's revenue, and there's recognition through like Premier and Elite and all those different things. If you're not careful, you might pursue one and you leave the other two behind. That doesn't necessarily need to be the case. Things like the leadership ladder will help push in the right direction. Things like calls with your corporate mentors will help you be able to figure a lot of that stuff out as well, okay? So we're just going to go ahead and dive into it, really. So this is our first rodeo. Our elite program this year is different than it was last year. We added 2 new different facets to the elite program, and we changed all the minimums and maximums, okay? So I'm going to talk to you guys just briefly about some of, the requirements and what the differences are between pushing for elite and pushing for premier. They're very, very similar. There's just two different minor changes between the two. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is that if you're pushing for elite or premier, you need to be paid as a 5-star at least 1 week in December to push for elite. And then for premier, you need to be paid as 2-star for at least 1 week in December to push for premier, okay? That's the first difference, just there's a rank difference, okay? The second difference is that you need 135 elite points to become premier or elite, but to become premier, there's no minimums or maximums in any of the categories, okay? So you could get all 135 elite points that you need to become premier in one category and not get any points in the other, and that's just handy dandy and fine if you want to be premier. If you're pushing for elite, you need to hit the minimums and maximums in each of the point categories, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Jumping back to the rank requirements, you do need to advance at least 2 new diamonds in your business this year, 2017. Okay, it needs to be the first time that they've been paid as diamond. They could have signed up as a coach in 2009, and they could have hit diamond for the first time this year, and they need to hold that diamond status at least 1 week in December as well. Okay, so if you're pushing for premier elite, you need to be paid as 5 or 2 1 week in December, and as well as you need to have your 2 new diamonds be paid as diamond at least 1 week in December also. Here's one thing that I will tell you guys. Rank advancement's extremely important for your team. A lot of the coaches that I dealt with last year had all of the 135 elite points, but they didn't hit the rank requirements they needed in December. And it was a heartbreaker, guys. It really was crappy because they had all 135 elite points. They had all of the minimums and maximums. They had everything, but they didn't get paid as 5-star 1 week in December. Either they didn't hit it for the first time, or they couldn't hold it 1 week in December, or they didn't have their 2 new diamonds. Okay, so here's what, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. We'll jump into why that happened after we talk about the points, and then we'll talk a little bit more about how to avoid getting your points without rank advancing. Okay, so just put in your head that you will help your coaches rank advance, and we'll talk to you a little bit more in the future about how to get these elite points and how to help your team rank advance. But let's first jump into the point categories, okay? So there are now 4 point categories in the elite program. There used to just be 3, okay? Now there's 4. We added a new category called CPV, Customer Personal Volume. That's what that stands for, okay? Now, I want you guys to make it a goal to cap this category out. For elite, the maximum amount of points you can get in this category to count towards your 135 is 25 points, okay? So you need you need 25 points in this category pushing towards your 135. I'm just going to ask you to max it out. So here's the way that the category works. As you sign customers up in 2017, only your 2017 customers will count for this, by the way, okay? So your 2017 customers, all of their volume goes into like a big collective account, all right? It's, just think of it like a customer piggy bank of volume, right? And all of your customers you have this year will begin to help you accumulate points. Each time you reach a quantity of 500 points in that category through that collective volume, you get 1 elite point for that, okay? So if you signed up 3 coaches on All Access, 3 customers on All Access, that's 180 points for each All Access Challenge Pack. Between the 3 of those different customers, that collective volume would push you past 500 points, okay? So that would give you 1 elite point. What I'm going to challenge you to do as far as benchmarks are concerned, I'm going to challenge you guys each and every month to bring in 5 to 8 customers, okay? 5 to 8 new challengers that you're going to be able to bring in is going to fill your pipeline full of points. It's also going to fill your pipeline full of people that you can effectively transition to coach, okay? So here's one thing that was a pitfall for a lot of coaches last year that really hampered their potential to grow. It's the discount coach category, Okay, if you sign up discount coaches instead of customers, what's happening is you're stealing all of that volume that would go to your CPV category, and that's going to go into your PSPV category. So you're not going to be able to be maxing out your points here if you put everybody into discount coach category. The other thing I want you guys to understand is that as you do that, that discount isn't coming out of Beachbody's pocket. Guess whose pocket it's coming out of? It's coming out of yours. It's coming out of your pocket. You're not making as much money off of a discount coach as you are as a customer, okay? So if they are not going out there to help other people, if they're just going out there, you know, and they're working on their own fitness journey alone, keep them as a customer. Especially now that the difference between, you know, all access customer price and coach price, it's really not that different. It really isn't. So what I'm going to challenge you guys to do is sign up customers, 5 to 8 customers each month. Okay, and we'll talk about how to do that a little bit further into the call. And then as you do that, what I need to challenge you guys to do, the next step is effectively transition those people to either one of two things, ongoing customer or coach. Okay? If you transition those people to coach effectively and they're going out and actively helping other people, you're on the right path. If you do that, your rank advancement will take place. If you don't do that, your rank advancement isn't going to happen. It just won't. Because they're not going out there and helping other people. So we need to figure out that key component in your businesses every day, and we'll talk a little bit more about how to unlock that, okay? So that's CPV category. Any questions on how points are earned in this category? Okay, there's a maximum of 25 points that you can earn. Like I said, there's a minimum of 5, but don't let that confuse you. You need to be maxing it out at 125, okay? Do that, you're going to be opening up your pipeline of potential coaches who can join your team. You're going to be opening up your pipeline money down the road. Okay, this brings us to the next category, which is PSPV category, all right? PSP category functions very, very similarly to your CPV category. It's very similar. The only difference is 17 customer volume. Your 2017 coach volume. All of your new recruits from this year, their volume is going to go into one collective account. And each time that account reaches 500 point quantities, you get one elite point for that. Now, there's a maximum of 50 points you can get in this category, and I'm going to ask you guys to max that category out as well. You don't want to be pushing for the minimum. You want to be pushing for more than the maximum. And that's going to help you guys long term, okay? So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is to be recruiting between 3 to 5 active coaches each month, all right? 3 to 5 active coaches each month. And as we align ourselves with our actions on a daily basis, like I said, you guys will be destined to make this happen. If you guys haven't read the 12-week year yet, put it on your to-do list ASAP. Majorly what it talks about is a lot of goals you want to achieve. And as you do that, you'll be set up for success. But 3 to 5 active coaches every single month, I'm going to challenge you guys to do in this. If you do that, you'll max out your 50 points and you'll bring in that, right? So PSPV category, a little bit easier to get points on, and your CPV category. Time your coaches go out there, your active coaches go out and or they sell product, or they go out there and get new customers, all that stuff, all that volume is going to go to the PS bank account, collect bank account. So it's the volume from them, it's the volume from all customers. So that brings the Success Club category. All right, the Success Club category, that's just for you to get elite points. It's the, I wouldn't say it's the easiest, but it's the most probably quickest points. And the way that you get points in this category is for all recruits of coaches and all your 2016 recruits. Then one of those coaches hits Success Club, you get. So let's make an example right now. If I have coaches from this year or last year that I signed up to already, I'm going to get an elite for each. Here's the kicker. If I hit Success Club as well, those points double. So instead of 3, I get 6. As you can imagine, if I was to have 5, I'd get 10 points in 1 month just from the Success Club category alone. All right. So if you help your coaches fill their pipe full of customers that they're selling, you're going to get more product or more points for that towards your elite. Here's the beautiful Success Club category. As coaches are going out there and changing more people's lives, giving people amazing results, active coaches underneath them, they're going to start seeing emeralds pop up. They're going to start seeing their volume increase. They're going to start seeing their rank advancements happening, right? So honestly, that's, again, like I said, the crux of it. If you can get your coaches to hit Success Club first, that's the first portion of the equation you need to figure out. And as they hit Success Club, your PSPV points are just going to be blowing up even more. Imagine if you have a coach that hits Success Club 10 all by themselves. I mean, they're going to be accruing elite points in Success Club category, obviously, but also in the PSPV category just by themselves. All right? If we want this business to roll forward, we need to be making sure that duplication is playing in your favor. If you are trying to turn the tide back all by sorry, got cut off there. If you're trying to, do everything all by yourself, it's going to be a long road to hoe for you guys. You have got to do this with your team, and you've got to do it with duplication. As your team is going out there and building new coaches, as your team is going out there and selling challenge backs, your volume is going to be where it needs to be. It's going to start to grow a lot more. Your income is going to start to grow a lot more. Rank advancement will happen. So if there's one thing that I want you guys to take away from this call, first, it'd be take action, okay? Second, it would be lock in duplication for you. If you lock in duplication for you, the doors of potential will unfold for you in Beachbody, okay? So we need to figure out how those subtle nuances work with getting your challengers to go to coach, and from your coaches to go to become a leader and bring on new coaches and challengers themselves. We'll talk a little bit more about some techniques and behaviors that you can focus on later on in this call to make sure that happens, okay? So we've covered 3 different point categories: CPV, PSPV, and Success Club. Up until this point, does anybody have any questions on how those points work? Okay. All right. So here's my first challenge for you guys. Go onto the Coach Online office, look up the FAQ, and type in elite. When you do that, you're going to see a whole bunch of elite questions pop up. From there, you'll see the elite goal guide link. Okay. I want you to print the elite goal guide link off and put it up someplace where you can see it on a day-to-day basis. That's going to be your reminder when you get knocked down by life that you need to get back up and continue pushing. Okay. When you just want to watch the new season of Walking Dead that just got added to Netflix, but you still haven't done what you need to do, you're going to look at that and say, I'm going to stay consistent. I'm going to continue pushing forward. I'm going to get this done. Then I can maybe squeak in, an episode or 2 of Walking Dead. But honestly, we need to stay focused every single day. If you stay focused every single day, I promise you your business is going to move forward. You are going to be destined to achieve your goals for Elite or Premier. But you have to show up every day. Guys, that's a law of the universe. So many people want to live the lifestyle they've always wanted to live, but they're not willing to put in the actions. Newton's 3rd law of physics is for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. If the reaction you're looking for in your life is you want to make a lot of money through Beachbody, you want to help a lot of people through Beachbody, you want to rank advance through Beachbody, you want the recognition, blah, 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 you've got to put the actions in every day. Every day. It's just like your fitness groups. I mean, if you want to lose 30 pounds, you've got to show up and stay on point. When it's cupcake day in the office, you're like, ain't nobody got time for that. even if it makes you the uncool person that you're not eating, you know what I mean? But you've got to take the high road. Okay. The next thing is that I want you guys to send your goals, both action, like, so let me break it down. I like to put goals into two different categories. We've got action-oriented goals and we've got result-oriented goals. Okay. For those of you who've read the 12-week year, they talk about lead indicators and lag indicators, right? Basically, your action-oriented goals are what you do every single day. Okay. What you're going to do every single day. And if you show up with those action-oriented goals every day, guess what's going to happen? Your result-oriented goals are going to happen. Success club is going to happen. Recruiting is going to happen. Rank advancement will happen. Elite will happen. Okay, so let's dive into what the necessities of your business are every day and what the niceties of your business are every day. Because if we're not careful, we get pulled over here to the niceties of our business every single day, and we get stuck watching kitten videos on Facebook instead of doing what we really need to do, right? Because honestly, that happens to all of us. I get pulled into watching people's live videos or watching funny stuff the coaches put on all the time. And I got to tell myself, Joe, stay on task, man. You got stuff to do, right? So let's talk a little bit about what the necessities are every single day. First and foremost, this business is a relationship business. You've got to build trust. You've got to build relationships. You've got to build confidence in your challengers, in your friends, in your coaches. If you do that, you're going to be on point. If you don't do that, you're missing the boat. Your business will not advance. It just won't. They have to have confidence in themselves. They have to have trust in you. They have to have trust in themselves. For those of you who saw the Jamie Fitzpatrick call, the National Wake Up Call, so amazing. He said, if they don't believe in themselves, they're not going to take the next step. They're not going to be a coach. Why? Because they're telling themselves, I'm too fat. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not good at social media. I'm not this. I'm not that. Blah, 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 blah. And they're not going to continue pushing forward. Your job is to build relationships, build trust in you and in themselves. Okay? So every single day, there's 4 things that I like to ask everybody to do that are part of your necessities, right? Get this done first, and then you can get to the niceties portion of what you do every single day. Before we jump into it, though, honestly, I'm going to challenge you with your next challenge. After printing off your elite goal guide and putting it somewhere where you can see it, you guys need to come up with your business hours every single day. That's just a must, okay? If you want to have a successful business, you have to have business hours. That's just the way it is. You've got to, honestly, I'll tell you this much. I've struggled with my weight. I've lost 30-something pounds, from my highest point of weight to my lowest. And it's been beautiful to see those changes. But I'll tell you one of the struggles that I had before, as I was too busy, right? You guys ever been too busy to do your workouts, right? Isn't that we're too busy. It's just not a biggest priority for us, okay? And it's always, I'll squeeze it in when I find some time. When are you going to find time? You ain't going to find time. If it's not a priority for you, you're not going to find time. And if you don't find time, it's not going to happen. All right? So with Beachbody, you've got to find the time. You've got to make the time. You've got to make it a priority, and you've got to set it on a schedule every day. Now, I know a lot of you are mothers, and you have kids, and kids don't understand schedules. They don't understand that it's power hour time, okay? But we've got to do our best every single day. You might have a swing shift that you work as a nurse, or you work retail, or whatever it is, and you don't have a set schedule. Every week, I'm just going to challenge you, when you get your schedule for that week, identify when you're going to do your work and stick to the schedule, right? Life's going to punch you in the face sometimes with crappy schedules, with sick kids, with all sorts of different stuff, and it's going to require sacrifice. That's just the way it is, right? Anybody who's telling you you can make tons of money without putting in the work, without sacrificing, is full of baloney. That's just the way it is. You got to show up every day, and sometimes it sucks, right? But as you go out there and you do show up every single day, you're going to change lives. You're going to see people's confidence levels go up. You're going to see your revenue go up. You're going to see your rank advancement happen. Those are the beautiful things. Those are the reasons why you're pushing to do what you're doing every single day. But those things won't take place if you don't show up every day. So the next thing is send your business hours to either Kelsey or Amber when you're going to show up every single week. Okay, so let's be accountable to each other and say, hey, these are the hours I'm going to be showing up every single day. All right. The next thing I'm going to ask you to do is break down what the niceties are and what the necessities are, and just say, okay, from the first 30 minutes, I'm going to be focusing on this. Second 30 minutes, I'm going to be focusing on that, and subdivide it. If you don't, that potential to get sucked into doing the niceties will take over. You will go to the path of least resistance, right? Okay, so let's jump back into those 4 things. As you're doing these 4 things, start out with this, right? These are the necessities. 1, I'm going to ask you guys, as you're elite pushers, add 10 new friends to Facebook every single day. You guys may already be doing this, you may not. But what I will tell you is you perfect the basics and you show up and you do those things better every single day, the results happen. That's the difference between a professional athlete and a high school basketball player, is the professional athletes just perfected the basics. So add 10 new friends to Facebook every single day. And here's the other thing, guys, just find them from the location that's really going to help you find good people, right? You got to be mining these people from locations that are going to provide you with people you're interacting with every day that you wouldn't mind staying at Summit with next year, that you wouldn't mind having at your retreat 2 years down the road, right? So find people that you have the same values, beliefs, behaviors as you do. Okay? The reason why I say that is that's what defines a culture. If you want your team culture to be good, you've got to have the people on your team that have similar values, beliefs, and behaviors as you do. Okay, so after that, the next thing I'm going to ask you guys to do is this whole trust building thing with your friends, right, on Facebook. If you can get your friends on Facebook to trust you, then you can get challengers in your challenge group. That's just the way it is. So how do you get that to happen? You talk to people. You have interactions with people. You communicate. It's the relationship business, remember? So I'm going to ask you guys to have 10 new conversations every single day. This isn't with the same old people. This is with new people every day. This is with people you haven't talked to in a long time, okay? So 10 new conversations every day. I will tell you guys, this is going to tax you at first. You'll be like, yeah, 10, that's good. After you get into it, you'll be like, holy cow, man, I got a lot of conversations going. That's 300 conversations a month, ladies. That's a lot. But what you're going to be doing is filling that pipeline full of people who trust and know you. And as that trust goes up, challengers go up. Challengers go up, coaches go up. Coaches go up, leaders go up, right? And we're filling that pipeline of full of people that we want, and your volume's going to follow along the way, all right? So 10 new conversations every single day, right? And this doesn't need to be like you physically talking to them on the phone, although that's good. It can just be you commenting on their post and just being like, oh my gosh, I love that dress. I was just looking at that one last month at the loft, and I decided not to buy it because I was waiting for XYZ or blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, this girl's cool. She's just not some weirdo that friended me on Facebook. Because that's what they'll think at first. On Facebook, it's just that way. They're like, wait, who's this person? Do I know him from high school? Like, how do I know him? And they might, say okay to you being friends at first, even though they don't know you. And the jury's still kind of out on you. Like, they don't know if they trust you or not. If you go straight from, hey, we're friends on Facebook, to be a coach, then they'll be like, see you later, alligator. They're going to unfollow you or unfriend you, right? So we need to build that trust. The next thing I'm going to ask you guys to do, free clean eating groups are fantastic to get trust levels up, okay? We offer amazing fitness, amazing nutrition, and amazing peer support, okay? They can get the free peer support right up front and see, hey, dude, Carla's team is on point, or Jen's team is amazing. This is exactly what I need to hit my fitness goals. And they're going to feel that amazing peer support that you're offering just in your free clean eating group or just in your free fitness group. My sister-in-law just joined, right? I mean, she joined a free clean eating group, or a free fitness group is what it was. And she did great. The coach was like, hey, you're doing fantastic. You should join my challenge group. Perfect entryway. Guess what? She's in the challenge group right now. And she's kicking serious butt. And honestly, it's just going to increase that trust level that they have in you. When you talk to them about becoming a challenger, they're going to be like, you know what? Hillary's free group was amazing, and I'm going to get actual physical product, and I'm going to get access to workouts all year long. Heck yes, sign me up. How many challengers would you guys have every single month if people knew for a fact that they would lose 15 to 20 pounds? Tons. You wouldn't even be able to support all of them, right? So your job is to get that trust level up. When you get that trust level up and people see the results, they will join your challenge group. Walt Disney would say, do whatever you do so well that people will want to see it again and bring their friends. That's your job as a coach. When you're working with challengers, kick butt, give them results, help fill their emotional canteen of, holy crap, I just did this. I've worked all my life with all sorts of workouts and diets and blah, 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 and nothing's worked. This worked for me. People will notice and they will come back with more people behind them. Okay? So give them those amazing results. What we want to do is we want to help your challengers elevate what they're doing as challengers, so the jump from challenger to coach is smaller, right? We want to make it a small hop from challenger to coach. And we do that by providing great tips on exactly what they need to do as a challenger. In this group, we get amazing results because of our peer support, period. If you want amazing results, you've got to show up every day and help each other. You've got to show up and keep each other accountable. You've got to show up and post up what you're doing. Did you do your clean eating? Did you follow the meal plan? Did you take your shake? Did you work out? And the peer support's where it all comes in. As they are doing that, it's just filling your camp or your tool belt with tools to help them see why they could be an amazing coach. Holy cow, you're so great at helping the other girls in this challenge group. You've done so amazing with your fitness. People are inspired by the posts that you've put up about your journey in our challenge group. You would just be an amazing coach because you're already doing what coaches do and you're inspiring tons of people along the way. Why are you not coaching right now? All of a sudden, it's a small hop from challenger to coach, right? That's what we want to see happening. So those invites is the next thing we need to be doing after building the relationship. Invite to free clean eating group, invite to free fitness group, invite to challenge group, invite to coach. You need to be doing 10 invites every day at a minimum to one of those three things, okay? So most of the time you're going to hear a 2-letter response, okay? It's usually going to be no. And it doesn't mean that your invite sucks. It doesn't mean that you messed anything up. It just means that that's the process. That's what you've got to follow the process in order to get where you wanted to go. How many of you guys, just out of curiosity, the very first time that Kelsey or Amber talked to you about being a challenger, bought a challenge pack? Very first time. Okay. But you guys all did. So what does that tell us? That tells us that invites are important, but so is the follow-up, right? When we say that the fortune's in the follow-up, it really is in the follow-up. Every once in a while, you'll get an intrepid spirit that's like, heck yeah, sign me up. And that's great, right? But if you hear the no, just say it's okay. I'm going to continue building trust with this person and adding value to their lives. And they're either going to be an amazing customer that's going to love me forever, or they're going to be an awesome coach down the road. But I'm going to continue pouring value and trust into this person. And next time you talk to them with a follow-up, they may say yes. Or maybe it's the third or the fourth time. I'll tell you that, what was it? I was in Atlanta, and Megan Ewaldson was she was number 3 coach in the network at that point in time. She said, you know what? I'm so glad that my coach did not give up on me, because I'd been approached about Beachbody coaching by a handful of people before that, and nobody had ever followed up with me after I said no. They just kept on moving. But my coach would follow up with me. She'd add value. She'd make sure I was good. She'd talk to me, and then she'd invite me again. And I'd say no, and she'd continue to do that. And after the third or fourth time, I said yes, and here I am, top 3 coach in the network. You know, my life's completely different. I have so much more money. I have so much more freedoms. My whole entire family's life has changed, but it's because my coach didn't give up. All right? It's like those jabs they're going to be given at you. Every time you hear no, you're like, this sucks. Holy cow. Life's punching me in the face. Just realize that it's part of the process, and the follow-up is where the fortune is. So after you do your 10 invites every single day, you do your 10 follow-ups every single day. Those are the necessities. I call it the Fantastic Four. After you've done that, you can do your pick monkey posts. You can do, all those other fun, nicety things that you've got to do. But what I will tell you, if you want to set yourselves up for success, ladies, you got to be spending 80% plus of your time on finding new challengers and finding new coaches. 20% of your time at this stage in the game for you needs to be spent on your team support. So many coaches, though, that I see who are at the diamond level have that flip-flopped. They've gone from offense to defense. How many points do you score in defense? None, right? You don't score any, all right? So you need to be making sure that you're going out there and helping more people. And as you help more people get amazing fitness results, you're transitioning them to coaches. And then you're taking care of, being a great example for your team there, showing them what it takes to be a true Beachbody coach. With the remainder of that time, you figure out how to help your coaches do the same thing, right? So you've got to be masters at boxing up with your team, great techniques and great actions, great tips basically on how they can get challengers in their pipeline, and then how they can effectively help those challengers take the next step to ongoing customer or coach. When you figured that out, elite will happen. Your points will happen. Your rank advancement will happen, and your revenue will follow. Okay? So here's one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about as far as pushing for a revenue while you're still pushing for elite. Okay? So I'm going to share my screen with you guys really quick, and we're going to just drop a quick little thing for you guys to think about. Okay? So this is just a graphical thing that we're going to drop. This is somebody's first CBC. Okay? They've got a right and left leg, and then we need to have for 5-star, we need to have 2 on one side, and we need to have 3 on the other, right? So, at least 2 on one and 3 plus on the other, let's just say. And then for revenue, we've got a strong leg. Let's just say this is our strong leg, and then we've got a weak leg, okay? And then you might have other things underneath you, like your husband's account. You might have underneath your husband's account, I don't want to make this too complex, and this doesn't mean that this is the way your business needs to be set up. Let's just say that first of all, okay? We're just putting in an example. Underneath your husband, you may open up your second CBC once you become 2-star, okay? And then we're going to have strong and weak leg volumes and all of those CBCs. What I want you guys to understand is the beginning of the year, you may be pushing to get your husband to diamond because you want that new diamond this year. You want to get that third, diamond on this side. What I'm going to tell you as far as elite points are concerned, let's not push that right now, okay? But you might be like, wow, my husband's strong leg is like super strong and his weak leg is so weak, and I want to cycle more time so I can make more money. Good idea. So here's how you do both, okay? I want you guys to understand that you can personally sponsor in your first CBC, and you can place coaches underneath the weak leg of a different CBC. And what will happen is, for example, if you want to get your husband's weak leg up so he can cycle more times, if you personally sponsor that coach in the first CBC, if all the elite points are going to go to your first CBC instead of to your husband's account. Okay, that's what we want. But what also will happen is your husband's weak leg volume will grow. That volume will be placed underneath him, even though you're personally sponsoring him. So your quest to rank advance to 5-star will not be hampered by that, because your first CBC will have, if one of those new coaches that you personally sponsor here and place underneath your husband's account goes diamond, that's going to count for your first CBC. If they hit Success Club that month, then you're going to get an elite point from them in your first CBC. But if you personally sponsor underneath your husband's account and place them here, yes, the volume will grow from your husband's weak leg. But if they hit Success Club, he's getting the elite point. Okay? If they rank advance to diamond, he's becoming 1-star instead of diamond, right? You want to make sure that your first CBC is the one rank advancing and getting the elite points. So if you do it this way, you can still cycle more in his account without sacrificing elite points or your potential to rank advance. So I hope that is something that will help you guys in your quest for leadership ladder as well. You need to be growing your weak legs. You need to be doing all those different things in order for you to be getting your leadership ladder points. There's one other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about as far as the elite changes this year, and that is leadership development points. Okay. So honestly, leadership development points are fantastic. And the way that they work, and the reason why they're so important for you, is that as your coaches are going out there and becoming diamond, 2-star, 3-star, 5-star, and growing, your volume is going to blow up, ladies. It's going to be amazing because they're pushers, they're drivers, they're making things happen. Okay? So the way that leadership development points work is this. Every time one of your diamonds rank advances to 1-star or 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, or 5-star this year, you get 25 leadership development points. So let's take an example. Let's say you have a personally sponsored coach named Cindy. She signed up 4 years ago, but she's been a discount coach the whole time until last year. Last year she went diamond, and then this year Cindy's really wanting to be an elite coach. So you're working with her to help her do that. Cindy goes 1-star, you get 25 elite points for that. Cindy goes 2-star, you get another 25 points for it. Let me just be clear, I guess it's not elite points, they're leadership development points. And the way that works is it doesn't contribute to your 135 elite points, but it contributes towards your rank as a coach. Okay, so if you want to be a top 200 coach, leadership development points are going to get you there. If you want to be a top 10 coach, leadership development points are going to be huge for you. Okay. Basically, your elite rank is determined by 4 different categories: leadership development points, PSPV, Success Club, and CPV. Those 4 uncapped volumes will determine what your rank is as a coach in the elite program. Okay. But honestly, the reason why we put it in there is we want your volume to grow. We want you to make more money. And as you help your coaches rank advance past diamond, you're going to see a lot more revenue pop up underneath you, right? And here's another thing. I was down in Dallas with Danielle Natoni doing an elite training with Doug Moss. And she said, you know what? One of the things I've never really had a problem with is my 5-star ranking, even early on, because my coaches aren't just diamond coaches. They're 1-star, they're 2-star, they're 3-star coaches. And if they drop rank, they drop from 3 to 2 or from 3 to 1, but they don't drop to emerald. They don't drop to ruby. And that's where you guys want to be. You guys got to hold 5-star for at least 1 week in December. Remember that. And if you've got 1-stars and 2-stars underneath you instead of just diamonds, you ain't dropping nowhere. You're going to be in good shape, right? And your volume's going to be better. They're going to be making more money, and things are going to be good, right? So it's that duplication portion we need to unlock. And as you do that, and your diamonds rank advance past diamond, each time they rank advance up to 5-star, you get 25 elite point or 25 leadership development points for that. You also will get 25 leadership development points when your coaches hit team leader. So for one coach, if they go from diamond to 5-star and they hit team leader along the way this year, you could get 150 leadership development points from that. Okay. But what I want you guys to really know is as you align your daily activities and you show up every single day, you're destined to make elite. It will happen for you. I've seen it over and over and over again. But you've got to you have to make the decision right now. I'm going to change my actions. I'm going to change what I do every single day to align myself with being an elite coach. And as you stay committed to that every day, you stay committed to your business hours, you do the necessities, and then you do the niceties. You help each other out. You keep each other in the game. You lift each other up when you get knocked down. That's how you become an elite team and elite coach. But as you align yourself every single day to do these things, it will happen. It will take place. But we need to make sure that we stay in the game even when life punches us in the face. Okay, does anybody have any questions as far as how to get elite points or what the requirements are to become an elite coach? Okay, so who's dedicated to making this happen? Committed. All right, 100%. The cool part is, I remember talking with Amber about this time last year when she's like, wait, how does Elite work? How does this go? She showed up. She made it happen. She stayed committed. She did all that stuff. And I remember at the end of the year just being like, you did it. You totally did it. You're so amazing. And I know that as you guys do the same thing and you show up every single day, that will happen for you guys. And we'll be having this conversation with your team next year on how to get to Elite and how to get to Premier, right? Any questions at all? You guys have any questions about how anything works?
Joe, I was wondering, a lot of these coaches haven't been to Summit, and so I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about the recognition opportunities at Summit, maybe to sort of break up some of these goals mid-year.
100%. You know what? There's a lot of recognition opportunities at Summit. Honestly, I'm just excited that it's going to be in the Superdome this year because it'll be air conditioned. Last year at Summit, we were out in the stadium, Titan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, which was wonderful, but hot and humid. And all of the 2-stars and all of the 1-stars and all of these different coaches got to go up on stage and wave their flags and do all those different things. And your names are up on banners on the wall just saying, hey, these are diamonds, these are our 1-stars, these are our 2-stars. And it's cool because the lists get smaller and smaller and smaller the higher you go up, right? And my challenge for you guys, honestly, is to push for 2-star by Summit. You can make it happen. If you can get to 2-star by Summit, your chances of getting to 5-star by the end of the year will go up significantly. Because once you get to 2-star, you get to open up your second. And then we need 2 more diamonds by the end of the year that will get you to your 5, right? So I'm going to challenge you guys, diamond by Summit. If you guys hit diamond by Summit, we'll think of something embarrassing or funny that I can do when you see me there, right? But there's all sorts of things that you also get at Summit if you are elite, or if you're an elite coach. If you're an elite coach, you get to skip the lines to the store at Summit, which are long. They're long lines. You get special seating, you get recognition, you get, these medallions, you get all sorts of amazing stuff. You get an elite coach jacket. You guys have probably seen those already. They have those for Premier too. There's a lot of recognition with Premier as well. But honestly, it's really fun when you can get there and you can hold your head high and be like, I freaking did this, man. I am a 2-star, or I'm a 3-star, or I made this happen. There's just a lot of fun different things that you can do at Summit as you continue to rank advance each year. One of the other things I wanted you guys to know about as well, as far as why you should hit Elite, it gives you, one, bragging rights. It gives you confidence. It really pushes your business more than anything in the right direction, especially this year. I mean, we've really more fully aligned your business with a healthy business as you hit Elite, okay? So first of all, there's that. But after that, there's the Elite bonus. Like and this year is a little bit different. So, I mean, if you hit 5-star and you hold your qualifications, you're paid 5-star at least 1 week in December. You've hit Success Club, not in December, one week each year. I'm having a hard time here. 1 week each month after you've hit Elite and you hit Success Club. And basically what will happen is you can qualify for your Elite bonus, which is $500 a month. Okay. That's a $600 or $6,000 pay raise you're giving yourself in 1 year as you hold your qualifications after hitting Elite, right? So that's an amazing thing. Go ahead.
Could you also, sorry, super loud in here. Could you also explain how the Star Diamond bonuses work, quarterly bonuses?
Yes. Yep. So basically there's these Star Diamond qualification bonuses. There's a 2-star and there's a 5-star one that you can qualify for. Okay. And there's all of the commissions that coaches make, like a certain percent of the sales that you guys have will go into a bonus pool. Okay. It's like 0.5% of all the commissions or whatever it is. And then what will happen is you will share that bonus pool with all the other 2-stars. So it's usually a couple $100 potentially is 2-star that you're going to make on a quarterly bonus level. As a 5-star, it's more than that. because there's less 5 stars to split the pool with, right? And it continues. You got a 10 star, you got a 15 star bonus. And those pools, 15 stars, like, amazing. It's really nice to get that 15 star bonus. It's a lot of money. But you'll pick up the 5 star bonus. You'll pick up the 2 star bonus along the way. You want to be pulling in those bonuses. The other thing to think about as well, another income channel for you guys, is matching bonuses. The way that works is as you cycle, right? If you had 200 on this side, 100 on this side, and you're a diamond, that's one cycle, and that's $18 a cycle, right? As you continue to cycle more times, you make a lot more money. In the end, that's where you're going to make the majority of your money as a coach. And once you've made it big time, that's where the most of your money is going to come from. So what will happen is as your diamonds begin to start cycling and they're making more money, you get 10% of whatever they cycle on. So it behooves you to help them make more money, to help them grow their teams, to help them push past diamond, right? If they're at 3 star, 4 star, 5 star, they're going to be cycling a lot more times than if they're just a diamond coach. And the more money, or the more times they cycle, the more money you get as well. So you want to be cognizant of all these income streams. There's the bonuses, there's the matching bonus, there's cycle bonuses, and then there's commissions, retail commissions. Remember, don't cheat yourself with those retail commissions. If they're not a coach, they're not helping other people get in better shape and, going out there and helping other individuals, they're a customer. Keep them as a customer, because basically how much you're getting paid is going to go up from there. And here's what I'll promise you. As you are helping them get amazing results, they're going to stay. They just will. The results speak for themselves. If they're losing 15, 20 pounds with you and they've never been able to do it with anything else, you can bet your boots they're going to stick with you, right? So don't really worry about, is it worth it, all that stuff. Like, I want to just help them afford it. It's like, no, they'll afford it. It's not a question of like, it's $10 cheaper now, I can afford it, right? It's just a question of, in their mind, where is the value at? If the value's there, if the results are there, they're going to stick with it. You're going to make more money. And then once you've worked with them and you've built their confidence level up, get them to coach, right? That's an added perk of being a coach. Anyway, be aware of those different avenues that you can make money. There is a forum as well in the FAQ called Compensation Plan Highlights. Print it out and put it right next to your Elite Goal Guide. Okay. So again, just as a review for the challenges I've got for you guys today. First, set those business hours. Send them over to Amber so she knows or Kelsey, right? Set those goals as well. Where do you want to go, even past Elite, even past Premier? Send them over to Amber or Kelsey so you guys know what's going down and you've got a clear picture of what you're wanting to achieve. Do the necessities every single day first. Then jump over to your niceties. Show up every single day and align yourself with where you want to go long term. The other challenge is 5 to 8 customers every single month, right? And then 2 to 3 coaches at the beginning. Well, actually, I think I said 2 to 3 at the beginning. Later on in the year, though, I'm going to challenge you guys to bump it up to 3 to 5 new coaches every single month. At the very beginning of the year, we'll keep it there. Those are the things I'm going to ask you guys to do, though. And as you do those things every single month and every single day, your businesses will go in the right direction and you'll be destined to hit your Elite or Premier. But Amber, Kelsey, that's what I got right now, unless you guys have anything else you want me to cover.
That was perfect. Thank you so much. That was super helpful.
No problem. Oh, well, today is Valentine's Day, and I hope that you guys have an amazing Valentine's Day with your family, and you guys have a great time. Thanks for having me on the call. One last thing I will offer to you guys. If you guys rank advance within the next month, okay, well, let's say within the next 2 months, what I do is I support the 3 through 8 stars, okay? But even if you're not a 3 through 8 star, if you rank advance within the next 2 months, I'll set up a one-on-one call with you and we'll lay out your business on how you can push towards income, how you can push towards Elite, how you can push towards rank advancing. I want to help you guys move forward. okay, I want you guys to get elite this year. So if you put skin in the game, I'm going to put skin in the game. So let's just work with Amber, and we'll coordinate as you guys rank advance. I'm going to pour some time and some effort into you guys as well. Sound good?
Thank you, Joe. I know you're a super busy guy, so that is a very nice offer. Thank you.
All righty, my friends. Well, thank you so much for having me on the call today, and you guys go out there and kick butt. We'll catch you guys later. Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you, Joe.